It's a very beautiful bhajan. It's written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Manasa Devo Geho. Just first, please hear the translation. So wonderful. It's complete surrender. How we surrender, no? It's a beautiful, like a prayer itself. Mind, body, and family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda. In good fortune or in bad, in life or at death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing those feet of yours as my only shelter. Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you are the master of your eternal servant. If it is your will that I be born again, then may it be in the home of your devotee. May I be born again even as a worm, so long as I may remain your devotee. I have no desire to be born as a Brahma, averse to you. I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire for worldly enjoyment or liberation. Father, mother, lover, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Thakur Bhaktivinoda says, O Kana, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my life and soul. मानस देहोगे हो जो किच मोर अर्पिलु तो अपदे नंद किशोर संपदे विपदे जीवने मरणे संपदे विपदे जीवने मरणे दाय मम गेल तुआ ओ पद भरणे मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तो अपदे नंद किशोर मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तोहरा मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तोहरा नित्य दास प्रति तुव अधिकारा मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तू अपदे नंद किशोर जन्मो बिमोइच्छा जड़ी तोर जन्मो बिमोइच्छा जड़ी तोर भक्त गृह जनी जन्म है मोर भक्त गृह जनी जन्म है मोर मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तू अपदे नंद किशोर कीत जन्म होए जत तुव दास कीत जन्म होए जत तुव दास बहिर्मुख ब्रह्म जन्मे नाही आस बहिर्मुख ब्रह्म जन्मे नाही आस मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तू अपदे नंद किशोर भुक्ति मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीन जय बकता भुक्ति मुक्ति स्पृहा विहीन जय बकता लबैते टाको संग अनुरक्ता मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तू अपदे नंद किशोर जनक जननी दयित तनया जनक जननी दयित तनया प्रभु गुरुपति तु सर्वमोय प्रभु गुरुपति तु सर्वमोय मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तू अपदे नंद किशोर बकति विनोदा कहे सुनो काना बकति विनोदा कहे सुनो काना राधा नाथ तू हमर पराना राधा नाथ तू हमर पराना मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोर अर्पिल तो अपदे नंद किशोर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मानस देहोगे हो जो किछ मोह अर्पिल तो आपदे नंद किशोर हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेश्वर माई की जय नरसिंह भगवान की जय पंच तत्व की जय षड गोस्वामी की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय शिल गुरुदेव की जय टैगोर प्रेम हरि बोल ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of God Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके bhaktir neshtika. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, he is established as an irrevocable fact. Hare Krishna, Prabhu's Mataji, thank you very much for keeping the appointment with Krishna today. And today is 23rd of July 2025. And today we'll be discussing 3 verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, from 4th canto, 14th chapter, verse number 38, 39, and 40. So first let us recite the verse. Evam rishanta rishayo dhavatam sarvato disham pamsu sammutito bhuresh charanam havilumpatam. Evam rishanta rishayo dhavatam sarvato disham pamsu sammutito bhuresh choranam havilumpatam. Any one of you can recite?
May I, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna?
Yes, Mother, you are.
एवं ऋषन्त ऋषयो धावतां सर्वतो दिशं पांसु सम्मुथितो भूरिश्चोरणाम् अभिलुम्पताम्. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Synonymous word to word meaning. Evam, thus, Mishantaha, while considering, Rishaya, the great saintly persons, Dhavatam, running, Sarvataha Disham, from all directions, Pamsuhu, dust, Sammutitaha, arose, Bhurihi, much, Choranam, from thieves and rogues, Abhilumpatam, engage in plundering. Translation and purport by Jivan Geshwar Gurpad. Please hear the translation and purport. When the great sages were carrying on their discussion in this way, they saw a dust storm arising from all directions. This storm was caused by the running of thieves and rogues who were engaged in plundering the citizens. Purport. Thieves and rogues simply await some political upset in order to take the opportunity to plunder the people in general. To keep thieves and rogues inactive in their profession, a strong government is always required. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Go to 39 and 40th verse. Tadupadravam ajnaya lokasya vasulumpatam bhartaryuparate tasmin अन्योन्यं च जिघांसताम् तदुपद्रवमज्ञाय लोकस्य वसुलुम्पताम् भर्तर्युपरते तस्मिन् अन्योन्यं च जिघांसताम् चोरप्रायं जनपदं हीनसत्त्वम् अराजकं लोकान् नावारयन् चक्ता अपि तद्दोषदर्शिनः चोरप्रायं जनपदं हीनसत्त्वम् अराजकं लोकान् नावारयन् चक्ता अपि तद्दोषदर्शिनः. So one of you can read the 39th verse and one of you the 40th verse. Anybody else? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Madhuri.
Tad उपद्रवम् आज्ञाय लोकस्य वसु लुम्पताम् भर्तार्युपरते तस्मिन् अन्योन्यं च जिगांसताम्.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to say the 40th verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Madhuri.
चोरप्रायं जनपदं हीनसत्त्वम् अराजकं लोकान्नावारयान् चक्त अपि तद्दोषदर्शिनः. Hare Krishna, धन्यवाद.
Synonyms, word to word meaning. Tat, at that time. Upadravam, the disturbance. Ajnaya, understanding. Lokasya, of the people in general. Vasu, riches. Lumpatam, by those who were plundering. Bhartari, the protector. Uparate, being dead. Tasmin, King Vena. Anyonyam, one another. Cha, also. Jigam. Jigam Satam, desiring to kill. Choraprayam, full of thieves. Janapadam, the state. Hina, bereft of. Sattvam, regulation. Arajakam, without a king. Lokan, the thieves and rogues. No, not. Avarayan, they subdued. Shaktaha, able to do so. Api, although. Tad dosha, the fault of that. Darshanaha, considering. Translation and purport be joined with Shilpupad ki jai. Upon seeing the dust storm, the saintly person could understand that there were a great deal of irregularities due to the death of King Vena. Without government, the state was devoid of law and order, and consequently, there was a great uprising of murderous thieves and rogues who were plundering the riches of the people in general. Although the great sages could subdue the disturbance by their powers, just as they could kill the king, they considered it improper on their part to do so. Thus, they did not attempt to stop the disturbance. Purport. The saintly persons and great sages killed King Vena out of emergency, but they did not choose to take part in the government in order to subdue the uprising of thieves and rogues, which took place after the death of King Vena. It is not the duty of Brahmanas and saintly persons to kill, although they may sometimes do so in the case of an emergency. They could kill all the thieves and rogues by the prowess of their mantras, but they thought it the duty of Kshatriya kings to do so. Thus, they reluctantly did not take part in the killing business. Om Gyanjamanandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunatham Itam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalita Shri Vishaka Vitamasya Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Shabhanasute Devi, Pranamami Haripriye, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripasindhu Bhayevacha, Patitana Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yonta Pravishya Mavacham Prasuptam, Sanjeevayati Akila Shakti Dharasvadamna, Anyam Chahasta Charana Shravanatagadin, Pranan Namo Bhagavate, Purushaya Tubhyam. Mukam Karoti Vacharam, Pungam Langeti Girim, Yakripathamam Mande Pramanam. Namo Vishnu Krishna Krishna Bhutlishet Mahavishnu Samiti Namne, Namo Vishnu Krishna Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Nirvisheshunya Pachadishtani, Jai Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So thank you very much for joining, for hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this chapter is entitled The Story of King Vena. See, in the 30th verse, it is specified by Prabhupada, thieves and rogues simply wait for some political upset, right? So that they can take the opportunity to plunder the people in general. So the point to understand is to keep the thieves and rogues inactive in their profession. What has to be done? We should have a strong government is required. So actually in the previous verse, 37th verse, Prabhupada very nicely, I just read out the purport only. But Prabhupada says, whenever there is a disturbance in the state or a panic situation, the property and lives of the citizens become unsafe. And this is caused by the approaching of various thieves and rogues. So at such a time, it is to be understood that the ruler or the government is dead. Even living is also dead, right? So all of these misfortunes happened due to the death of King Vena. King was a very notorious king, right? So citizens were so much of disturbance were there. So ultimately the Brahmanas, the saintly people, they killed him by their mantras. So the saintly person became very anxious for the safety of the people in general, right? So the conclusion is that even though saintly persons have no business in political affairs, they're always compassionate upon the people in general, right? So even though they are always aloof from the society, out of mercy and compassion, the saintly people, they consider how citizens can peacefully execute their rituals, right, and follow the rules and regulations of Varnashram Dharma. They want to do that. So that was the concern of these sages. So see, in this age of Kali, everything is disturbed. So therefore, saintly person should take to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, as recommended in the Shastras. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Kalau nastyeva gatir anyatha. Both for spiritual and material prosperity, everyone should devotedly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the point is, the King Vena was a notorious king. Actually, the duty of a pious king is described in 4:14, the 17th verse in this chapter. The purport, Prabhupada says, the duty of a pious king is described very nicely in this verse. His first and foremost duty is to give protection to the citizens from thieves and rogues. As well as from ministers who are no better than thieves and rogues. That's the purport already specified in the purport. See, formerly, ministers were appointed by the king and they were not elected. So if the king was not very pious or strict, the ministers would become thieves and rogues and they will exploit the innocent citizens. So it is the king's duty to see that there is no increase of thieves and rogues, either in the government or in the departments of public affairs, right? The point to understand, Prabhupada says, if a king cannot give protection to citizens from thieves and rogues, both in the government service and in public affairs, then he has no right to extract the taxes from them. See, the king or the government, the taxes, right? They can levy taxes to the citizens only if the king or the government is able to give protection to citizens from the thieves and rogues. In the 12th canto, Bhagavatam 12:142, there is a description of these thieves and rogues in government service. See, Bhagavatam is not so long. It still foresees everything, right? You can see everything happening nowadays. It is stated there, Prajaste Bhakshishanti Mlecha Rajanya Rupinaha. These proud Mlechas, persons who are less than Shudras, representing themselves as kings, they will tyrannize their subjects. And their subjects, on the other hand, will cultivate the most vicious practices, thus practicing evil habits and behaving foolishly. The subjects will be like their rulers. Everybody will be like that. See, the idea is that in the democratic days of Kali Yuga, the general population will fall down to the standard of Shudras. Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha. Practically, the whole population of the world will be Shudra. A Shudra is a fourth class man who is only fit to work for the three higher social castes. So, being a fourth class man, Shudras are not very intelligent. Now, since the population is fallen in these democratic days, they can only elect a person in their own category, Shudras. But a government cannot run very well, no, when it is run by Shudras. The second class of men, no, that is known as Kshatriyas. They are especially meant for governing a country under the direction of saintly persons, Brahmanas, who are supposed to be very intelligent. See, in the other ages, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, the general population was not so degraded. And the head of the government was never elected. The king was the supreme executive personality. And those times, if he caught any ministers stealing like thieves and rogues, he would at once have them killed or dismissed from service. So, as it was the duty of the king to kill thieves and rogues, it was similarly his duty to immediately kill dishonest ministers in government service also. So, by being such strict vigilance, the king could run the government very well. And also the citizens will be very happy to have such a king. See, the Prabhupada says the conclusion is that unless the king is perfectly able to give protection to the citizens from these rogues and thieves, he has no right to levy taxes from the citizens for his own sense gratification. Very powerful statement. But that's what is happening. So if he gives all protection to citizens and levies taxes on them, he can live very happily, peacefully in this life, and at the end of his life, he will be elevated to the heavenly kingdom or even to the Vaikunthas. When he will be happy in all respects, right? See, simply enforcing laws and ordinances cannot make the citizens obedient and lawful. People create laws, everything is there, ordinance, everything is there. But that cannot make the citizens lawful, obedient and also be lawful, right? That is impossible. See, throughout the entire world, there are so many states. There are so many assemblies, legislative assemblies, parliaments. But still the citizens are rogues and thieves. So good citizenship cannot be enforced. The citizens must be trained. See, as there are schools and colleges, to train students to become engineers, accountants, lawyers, right? Specialists in many departments. So there must be schools and colleges to train students to become Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, Brahmacharis, Grihasthas, Vanaprasthas, Sannyasis. This will provide the preliminary condition for good citizenship. Varnashrama Gunan Vitaha. See, generally, if the king or president is Rajarishi, then the relationship between the citizens and the king they will be very clear, right? There will be no possibility of any disruption in the state because the number of thieves and rogues will decrease. In Kali Yuga, because the Varnashrama system is neglected, people are generally thieves and rogues. So in the system of democracy, such thieves and rogues naturally collect money from other thieves and rogues. Therefore, there is total chaos in every government. No one is happy. So the example of good government can be found during Ramarajya, Lord Ramachandra. So if people follow only this example, there will be good government all over the world. So the sage, no, they take the responsibility, takes the responsibility of the Brahmanas as a community for killing this monarchical government, no? And thus give an opportunity to the right government to be done, right? So, they have to do something very good. Otherwise, so-called democrats, no, they will capture the administrator and assume responsibility and do some all nonsense. Everyone captures the post for personal gratification. And instead of one king or one minister or one president or one prime minister, number of irresponsible kings grow up to tax the citizens. It is given and it is foretold that in the absence of good monarchical government, everyone will be the cause of disturbance for others by plundering riches, animals, women, so and so. So all their these political reasons, no, these are all political reasons. Prabhupada says these rascals they can do anything. They have no principles, no morality, no standard, nothing. Simply all rogues and thieves. It will be there more and more. All rogues and thieves will take part in politics. That is stated Dasyu Dharmena. In one of the classes in Prabhupada, he says, all rogues and thieves will take part in politics. This is stated, and that is stated as Dasyu Dharmena. Just like Dasyu, the burglar, the thieves. They got organization how to get money. So government, no, they will be in the government, there will be rogues and thieves. So whenever there is a necessity for money, the tax. You work hard, they will tax you. So organized burglars. So without government, the state was devoid of law and order. When King Venas finished off, right? Now there is no government. The state was devoid of law and order. See, religion means the order of God. For example, law means the order of the state. Now, if there is no state, then where is the order? See, we have a clear conception of God, Krishna, right? He is giving his order and we accept it. It is very clear religion. If there is no God, if there is no conception of God or no order of God, then where is the religion? If there is no government, then where is the law? Then it will be an outlaw society. Outlaw. Everyone is an outlaw, right? Manufacturing his own concocted system of religion. So that is going on nowadays. See, in any religious system, what is the conception of God? See, no one can tell that, right? Nobody is able to give answers. But Prabhupada says, what we say, immediately we will say, Vedum Kvanantam Aravinda Dayalataksham Dalayataksham Barhavatam Samasitambuda Sundarangam Kandharpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Immediately we will say, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, whose blooming eyes are like lotus petals, whose head is bedecked with a peacock's feather, whose figure is of beauty is tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and whose unique loveliness charms millions of cupids. Brahma Samhita 5.30. Immediately we can give a description of God. So if there is no idea of God, then what kind of religion is that? So to maintain the laws of the world, maintain the laws and order of a society, of a state, there are various departments, like police department, military department. Why? Why should we have this department? The government can stop it. Oh, this is unnecessary expenditure. No, that is necessary, right? It's a necessity for maintenance of the state. See, we cannot be fully independent. Minute independence is given by Krishna, right? But we cannot be fully independent. We say Independence Day and now it's coming, right? Independent. Cannot be fully independent. Just like in the state, you are belonging to an independent state. But that does not mean that you can do anything and everything. You have no such independence. It's state law and order. Similarly, as in the state, we are independent citizens, but if we violate law and order, what happened? We will be punished. Very simple. But the rascal civilization, Prabhupada says, they say God is dead. How God can be dead? The law of God are acting so nicely. How God can be dead? Yes, that means he wanted to forget God. So he has come to the conclusion God is dead. So the religion, no, is a regulation given by God. Just like state gives some regulation, no? Like you keep to the right, in India it's keeping to the left, right? The regulation is given by the state. You cannot give such that, no, I will go to the right only, I will not give to the left. Your law will not be accepted. State law will have to be accepted. Otherwise, you will be put behind bars. See, nobody can manufacture a religious process. That is nonsense, right? See, if somebody says that I am introducing this religious process, that is nonsense. Nobody will be interested. But if God gives you law, just like the state gives you law, one has to accept. So religion means to accept the order of God. That is religion. Who can accept the order of God? When there is a relationship, right? Just like you have got relationship with the state. You are a citizen of India, Indian government. So you out of love for your country, out of obligation, you abide by the laws. So similarly, religion can be performed by a person who has full conception of God. See, without God, religion is a farce. That is not religion. Religion means you must have obligation to God. You must have clear conception of God. And that relation will be based on love. Just like father and child, mother and child. What is the relationship? The father, mother, and the child. See, there are hundreds of thousands of children in the street, right? Why are you interested with your own children? Because there is love. Similarly, religion means love of God. And irreligion means forgetfulness of God. That's all. So Srimad Bhagavatam says, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje. 126 Bhagavatam says. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So this is first class religion, where love of God is the utmost. That is first class religion. So the test of religion is how much you are increasing your love of God. See, just like in our ordinary life, we receive the laws from the state, right, or the king. So the word given by the state or the king is accepted as law. And everyone has to abide by the law. So similarly, the order principle given by God is called religion. So this we have seen, right? So religion without God is complete nonsense. See, every civilized form of human society, you will find some sort of religion, right? Christian religion, Mohammedan religion, Hindu religion, Jewish. So any form of civilized human society must have a sort of religion. Otherwise, it is an animal society. So what is the difference between animal and human being? Animals are engaged with bodily necessities of life. Ahara nidra bhaya, ahara nidra bhaya maitunam. Hitopadesha, it says, eating, sleeping, ahara nidra, and defending and sex life. These are bodily necessities. See, you have to eat something, you have to sleep for some time, you have to defend yourself from others' attack, and you must have sex enjoyment. But these are all bodily necessities. So these bodily necessities are there in the human society and the animal society also. Ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanyam etat pashubhi naranam. Then what is the specialty of human society? The specialty of human society is that there must be some form of religion. In animal society, there cannot be any form of religion. Therefore, the Shastric injunction is that without any form of religion, human society is animal society. Dharmena hina pashubhi samana. See, a Kshatriya is allowed to kill only for maintenance of the law and order of the state. He is not allowed to kill or commit violence without any reason. Violence is certainly a path leading to hellish condition of life. But it is also required for maintenance of the law and order of the state. See, Swayambhu Manu, he prohibited Dhruva Maharaj from killing the Yaksha, right? All the Yakshas he was trying to kill. See, because his brother Uttama was killed by the Yakshas, so Dhruva Maharaj, instead of just killing the one of those Yakshas, he started killing the whole family. So all the Yaksha were not to be punished. So Swayambhu Manu came and prohibited Dhruva Maharaj doing that. We find in the modern warfare that attacks are made upon innocent citizens who are not with any, who do not have any fault. So according to law of Manu, such warfare is a most sinful activity. So in the present moment, civilized nations are unnecessarily maintaining many slaughterhouses, right? So therefore, killing innocent animals. So when a nation, Prabhupada says, when a nation is attacked by its enemies, the wholesale slaughter of the citizens should be taken as a reaction to their own sinful activities. That is nature's law. So Krishna incarnates when there is discrepancy in the matter of discharging religious principles. Just like when there is a discrepancy in the discharge of law and order, government takes special measure. See, just like children, they are allowed to play, but under certain conditions. So we are all children of God, of Krishna. So we have come here to the middle world to enjoy. That is to lord it over material nature. That is the tendency. So Krishna has given us the facility. See, for you to understand, just like in the beach, there are many young men who are playing in the sea with surfing they are doing, surfing. But still the government has to watch over it. Government's duty is that they may not be drowned. They want to watch this. So they will see that they are not drowned. So although they are enjoying, but the government's duty is also to watch it. They don't drown. So this material world is also risky. We have come here to enjoy, just like those people, young men went to the beach to enjoy surfing. But the government was watching them so that they don't get drowned. So here the material world is risky. We have come here to enjoy. Actually, we are not meant for enjoying. We are meant for serving. Serving whom? Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Swarupahaya Nitya Krishna Dasa. Our real identity is to serve, to remain under the protection. See, we are always under the protection, this way or that way. But we are thinking falsely that we are free. We are not free. Krishna is taking care of us. He has allowed us. All right, you come here to the middle world, try to satisfy yourself. But there are certain rules and regulations. And if you break those rules and regulations for your interest, Krishna takes measures. Yada yada hi dharmasya glaniri bhavati bharata tadatmanam sujamyaham. Right? See, regarding the presence of people are asking questions, is the God is really present? See, both the theist and the atheist have practical experience in two different ways. The atheist is hypocrite that he says there is no God. In fact, there is presence of God for both the theist and the atheist. The example of this presence of God, both before the theist and atheist, simultaneously is Lord Narasimhadeva. Lord Narasimhadeva appeared before the atheist Hiranyakashipu as death. And he appeared before Prahlad Maharaj, the theist, as the benedictor of blessings. So God has two features of appearance. To the atheist, he appears as death. And to the devotee theist, he appears as the supreme beloved. So the hypocrite atheist says that he does not believe in God. But he cannot say that he does not believe in death. So our definition of God is that he is great. That the atheist does not believe in God means that nobody is greater than him, that he is God himself. But the atheist is enforced to believe that death is greater than him. Death is the representative of God before the atheist. So the atheist, theoretically can deny the presence of God. But the presence of God in the form of death is present before him despite he is flouting all the rules and regulations. You have seen the picture of Lord Narayana, right? He has got four hands. 2 hands were for the atheist and 2 hands for the theist. For the theist devotee, the Lord has the lotus flower, right, or the blooming peace and prosperity, and the conch shell, which is dissipating all inauspiciousness by its vibration. But for the atheist, there is the big club for hammering on the head of the atheist, and or separate the head of the atheist by the sharpened edge of the disc. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that he descends in every millennium to give protection to the faithful and annihilate the miscreants. So, Krishna has got always these two features of his authority, namely protection and death. So, the atheist is hypocrite himself when he says that he does not believe in God. He has to believe in God in the form of death. A criminal hypocritically says that he does not believe in the government. But a civil citizen, no, he abides by the law of the government. So the government is present, therefore, both for the criminal and for the law-abiding citizen. To the criminal, the government is present as the force of law and order, putting the criminal in the prison house and giving the civil citizen all facilities for peaceful life. So in both cases, how one can say that he has not seen God? Death is Krishna, Mrityus, Sarvaharas Chaham. 10.34 Bhagavad Gita says, I am death who takes away everything. So the atheist is a liar that he does not see God. God is there for him, he has death. But the atheist is so stubborn and obstinate that although he is very fearful of death, who will take away all his arrangements for sense gratification, right? He will be lying that he does not see him. In the end, even attempts to resist death, but is killed as easily as anything, and there is no doubt about it. So this appearance of God as death before the atheist is also the kindness of Krishna, of the Lord Krishna. See, both Krishna's killing and protection are the same because he is absolute. But his mercy is shown to the atheist by killing, and his mercy is shown to the theist by protecting. So both are seeing God in different features. So this is a practical demonstration of the presence of Krishna. See, it is every practice the experience to see death. See, there is never any question of the presence of God. Only in the rascal liar atheist, he tries to cheat by saying that he does not see God. He tries to cheat others to believe that he is God. But he himself cannot deny God when he comes before the atheist in the form of death. So these are very powerful statements, right? See, sometimes a Vaishnava is criticized as he's doing nothing, just sitting and chanting, having prasad. But Arjuna and Hanuman were Vaishnava warriors. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of Prabhupada, he once stated, when the High Court judges wear tilaka, then we are successful. Very powerful, very, see the thinking of the Guru, the Lion Guru. Then the whole world will be so peaceful. See, the word samadhi technically refers to a state of trance, right? In which one is completely absorbed in Krishna and forgets the material world and all material desires. See, generally, samadhi is thought of in terms of like a secluded meditation, right? Advanced yogi goes to a solitary place, peaceful place, meditates, chants constantly. But Prabhupada demonstrated by his life's example that the world situation was too urgent for a devotee to retire and meditate. A devotee should labor hard to increase the Krishna consciousness movement, because this would benefit both the devotee and the masses. So Prabhupada emphasized work. Yet what was that work? At least for Srila Prabhupada, propagating Krishna consciousness was samadhi itself. Just doing Krishna consciousness work is samadhi. Samadhi didn't have to be limited to sitting in a solitary place. That's why Prabhupada left Vrindavan, went to the west, right? So the full meaning of samadhi implied complete absorption in the loving service of Krishna, with the senses, mind, intelligence very much all fixed in trance. So in samadhi, one could be active, traveling, preaching, distributing back to God in magazines, chanting in the streets, Harinam. So if a devotee always thought of Krishna and worked on behalf of Krishna, then he was the topmost yogi. So these are already been done by Krishna's advice to Arjuna. The same advice was given by Krishna to Arjuna, right? What did he say in the battlefield of Kurukshetra to Arjuna? Remember me, and at the same time, fight. Srila Prabhupada was the emblem of active samadhi, always hearing about, glorifying, remember Krishna, and always fighting as a soldier on behalf of Lord Chaitanya. See, Chaitanya Charitamrita states, and unless one is possessed of Krishna Shakti, special power from God, one cannot propagate the chanting of the holy name. Kali Kalera Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtana, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe, Tara Pravartana. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtana movement. It's given in Chaitanya Antalila 7.11. So this verse describing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also describes Lord Chaitanya's servant Srila Prabhupada. See, had Srila Prabhupada not been empowered by Krishna, he could not have inspired so many people to accept the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, according to Vedic literature, when a person has extraordinary spiritual endowment, right? Krishna Shakti is known as Shakti Avesha Avatara. See, although the word Avatara generally refers to incarnations of God himself, the term Shakti Avesha Avatara refers to an individual empowered by God to enact the mission of God in this world. So, Shakti Avesha Avataras, and their particular functions are mentioned in the Vedic literature. For example, Emperor Prithu, King Prithu, possessed the Shakti for God-conscious administration. The four Kumaras possess the Shakti of transcendental knowledge. Narada Muni possess the Shakti of devotional service. See, Srila Prabhupada's activities during the years 68 through 71 to establish him as a Shakti Avatara. And he fulfills the predictions of the scriptures. Prithivite Ache Yata Nagaradi Grama Sarvatra Prachara Hoibe Mora Nama. In all the villages and towns all over the world, everywhere the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya will be preached. So Srila Prabhupada never described himself as a great empowered personality, either in public or among his disciples. But he stressed that he was in disciplic succession, carrying the authorized knowledge. And he encouraged his disciples to take the same position. He says, we want to create many pure devotees so that other people will benefit by their association. In this way, the number of pure devotees increases. So Prabhupada knew well that propagating Krishna consciousness was not a professional business. Although in India, many professors spoke or wrote on Bhagavatam to earn their livelihood, but they could not convert the materialist people to devotional service. Only a pure devotee could change the materialistic heart. So Prabhupada did not even conclude that he was a pure devotee. Only that he was the servant of a pure devotee, of whom Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is Guru Maharaj. So Prabhupada prayed that before he left the world, he could create a living family of pure devotees to spread the parampara teachings of Krishna consciousness and protect them from being changed or obscured. He emphasized that all the preachers of Krishna consciousness movement could become pure devotees by following the regulatory principles, avoiding sinful life, and regularly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Only in this way, he said, could the devotees have an effect on others. See, out of the 5 major subjects discussed in Bhagavad Gita, like time, nature, right, God, Atma, and Karma, Karma is the only thing that is temporary. All others are eternal. However, Karma is the most complex subject and difficult to understand. So Lord Krishna, while explaining to Arjuna about the concept of karma, he says in the 4th chapter, right? Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha, akarmanas cha bodhavyam gahana karmano gati. Gahana karmano gati means intricacies of action are very difficult to understand. So this word gahana is not used anywhere else in Gita in any other context. So theory of karma gives a scientific explanation of the paradoxes we see in this world. We see a good pious people who are suffering in various ways, while thieves and rogues are happy with all the riches and comforts. People who are trying to perform devotional service also are not freed from various troubles. So this creates doubt in the mind of the devotees and the pious people, right? Whether God is just and fair. See, when one understands the laws of karma and how they operate, that person becomes free from all bewilderment. See, once I asked my Guru Maharaj, how can we understand this situation, this karma situation? Pious people suffering, the rogues, and they are enjoying. So he gave a beautiful example. He said, in villages, the farmers, they keep huge cylinders, no, for storing grains like rice, wheat, etc. So after every harvest, a portion of the harvest will be put in the cylinder for future use. At the bottom of the cylinder, no, there will be opening to collect the grains. Now suppose a farmer harvested very good amount of high quality rice last year. So you would have put that rice, high quality rice, in the cylinder last year. Now this year, his harvest would not have a sufficient amount, right? And the quality is also not good. But he would have put that also in this cylinder. But when he collects the grain from the cylinder through the opening at the bottom, he will get the good quality rice he stored last year. Now people may think his harvest was not good this year, but how come he is getting very good quality rice to eat? But a man in knowledge knows what is the truth. In the same way, the pious people and devotees may be good, may be doing good now, but still they have to face the results of the sinful activities done in their previous lifetimes. And this accounts for their suffering now. So rogues who are enjoying this lifetime are getting the results of the previous pious activities. So the next question I asked is, how devotees can handle karma? We're doing chanting everything, but how can we handle those karma? A devotee who takes complete shelter of Krishna can face any situation, even if he is troubled by the reactions of his past activities. So we should take the safest shelter of Krishna in all circumstances. See, in Bhagavatam, there is a story of Bhaumasura, who was tormenting the earth and all its residents. See, in fact, he was even tormenting the denizens of upper planetary systems like Indra, Varuna, Agni, and other demigods. So he had captured 16,100 princes and held them captive in his palace. He had stolen the earrings of Aditi, mother of demigods. So Indra became very disturbed by this dominance of Bhaumasura. No? So he came to Dwaraka and complained to Krishna about him. So he offered very humble obeisances, prayers to the Lord, and requested him to relieve them from the Bhaumasura's torture. So on hearing this, Krishna took Satyabhama along with him to the abode of Bhaumasura. A fierce fight was there between them. So Bhaumasura was finished off. His soldiers who were coming in thousands opposed to, they were all defeated. Finally, Bhaumasura was killed. After the battle, Krishna took the earrings of Mother Aditi and went along with Satyabhama to Indra's abode to present it to him. Now Indra and his wife Sachi welcomed them, thanked the Lord for delivering both Bhaumasura and relieving them of all the troubles. The Lord then took leave of them and returned. Now while returning, he saw a beautiful Parijata tree. See, earlier Satyabhama had asked for Parijata flower. She asked only flower. Lord remembered to give the entire tree as a gift for Satyabhama. So, but on seeing that, they are taking the Parijata tree with them. Demigods, including Indra, became very irritated. So Indra opposed Krishna and fought with him. Krishna, as usual, emerged victorious and took the Parijata tree with him to Dwaraka and planted it in Satyabhama's garden. So in the Krishna book, Prabhupada very beautifully writes a very important lesson for us to learn from this incident. See, King Indra's behavior towards Krishna was not very much appreciated by great sages like Shukadeva Goswami. See, out of his causeless mercy, Krishna had gone to the heavenly kingdom, Amravati, to present King Indra with his mother's earrings, which had been lost to Bhaumasura. And Indra was very happy to receive them. But when a Parijata tree from the heavenly kingdom was taken by Krishna, Indra fought with him. This was self-interest on the part of Indra. He had offered his prayer, bowing down to Krishna's lotus feet in Dwaraka. Right? And now, as soon as his purpose had been served, he became a different creature. This is the way of dealings of materialistic men. Materialistic men are always interested in their own profit. For this purpose, no, they can offer any kind of respect to anyone. But when their personal interest is over, they are no longer friends. So this is a very significant lesson for all of us, because every day we face so many difficulties. And we are helped by so many people to get out of them, right? But as soon as a favor is obtained, we forget about the person and his help. So the mentality is that by remembering you know why this mentality? We get some help, but afterwards you forget about it. The mentality, you know why it is there? That by remembering the favor done by that person, we will not be able to enjoy the benefit we got. Because remembering a favor and being thankful to the one who helped us means we should always feel lower in position to that person. Our mind cannot tolerate being in a lower position. It always wants to be enjoying. And for enjoying, we need to have the doer and superior mentality, right? And which is negated when we become grateful. That is why this hesitation for gratitude is there even in higher beings like Indra. He had the Parijata tree, which is present only in heaven and never to be found on earth. So he did not want any competition in this aspect, right? Not even for someone to become equal to him. So he forgot the fact that even that Parijata tree is there in his place only by the causeless mercy of Krishna. And he did not want to part with it when the Lord wanted it. So this ungrateful attitude disturbs our consciousness. And we cannot perform peaceful devotional service at all. So it's nicely explained by Suta Goswami in 1936. What grateful soul is there who would not render his loving service to such a great master as the personality of Godhead? The Lord can be easily pleased by spotless devotees who resort exclusively to him for protection, though the unrighteous man finds it difficult to propitiate him. So when we are grateful, we automatically render service to show our gratitude to someone who has helped us. We should ideally be grateful to all the souls who have helped us in our lives. See, frankly speaking, we are not grateful even to the Supreme Lord, who is the only source of all our wealth, knowledge, possession, name, fame. How can we be grateful to other, right? Other ordinary beings? To begin with, at least we should be grateful to the Lord. So Prabhupada writes very powerful purport to this verse. He says, every living entity, especially persons in the human race, must feel grateful for the benedictions offered by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Anyone, therefore, with a simple heart of gratefulness must be Krishna conscious and offer devotional service to the Lord. Ungrateful persons are those who do not understand how much benefit they are deriving by the arrangement of Krishna. They enjoy the sunshine and moonshine, get free water, right? Free of charge water. Yet they do not feel grateful, but simply go on enjoying these gifts of the Lord. Therefore, they must be called thieves and rogues. So let us not be thieves and rogues. Let us be grateful to the Lord for our own benefit. If you are not grateful to Krishna or other souls, we are not going to lose anything, but we will lose the shine of our devotional service. So gratitude brings humility in us. And only with this attitude can we approach Krishna, his lotus feet. Otherwise, we are completely lost. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Tago Vancha Kalpatarupicha Kripa Sindhubayevacha Patitanam Pavane Vishnu Ananta Kodi Vaishnu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this opportunity to glorify the Lord and purify ourselves. If you have any questions or if you felt any point very useful, you can share that point. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you very much.
Hare
You always
Krishna.
cover 360-degree, which is the best part of it, You take from Srimad Bhagavatam, talk about Narad Muni, talk about various pastimes. Really appreciate your efforts to prepare for the classes. So, thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Uttam Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Unless we are grateful and to Krishna, we are no better than thieves or rogues.
Yes, Mataji. Correct. See, we already see the other thieves and rogues we are already talking about, right? But
Yes,
if you are
Prabhuji.
not grateful, then we are also part of them. That's
Yes,
what.
we are no better.
No better. Correct. Very good point.
Thank,
Thank you.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna,
much. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, let us not drown in the material world. Let us not get drowned in the material world.
Yes, bro. Correct. That's a good point. True.
Hare Krishna, let us serve Krishna.
Serve them with all their might. Yes. We actually we do all the wrong things when when you are alone, for example, at home. Normally
Yes.
the greatest test of your austerity is when you sit alone and read Bhagavatam.
Yes,
But
Prabhuji.
when you're alone, you see nobody is watching. I not read Bhagavad. Nobody is seeing. No? But there are
Yes.
12 CIDs. If you go into Bhagavatam, there are 12 CIDs, which we can talk later on. 12 CIDs always watching you. Right? So
Yes.
don't think nobody is watching you. So and Krishna's Paramatma is already there.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Salam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, if you that's it. Shall I close? If you have anything else, otherwise I will just because I am the host, I need to close down. So please excuse me. Thank you, Matajis and Prabhujis, for patiently listening to me, and I hope it was quite useful for you to learn something and put it into daily practice. Because I'm just sharing what Prabhupada and other acharyas have done. So nothing coming from me. It is not my profile. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.